Elimination Chamber. Okay. Um, I think we're used to this at least 2 or 3 times a year. WWE pulls this B show. We get its bad moments, we get some good moments, we get some surprises. But all in all, eh, let's try to go through this and make the best of it. Keep our positive spirits up. Good morning or afternoon, depending on what time you're watching this. Pretty sure it's going to be afternoon by this point, probably. Welcome down, down, up, up. Your boy here, Apollo, and it is time to review Elimination Chamber 2020. The show had mixed opinion. I'm going to try to delve into it with my own opinion and personality. Let's see what we can get out of this. Let's start. We got 8 matches total. Um, Kickoff match lately announced, I want to say 3:30. It was what it was. Viking Raiders defeated Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. I was hoping this might have something to do with Edge, just because they're the Edge heads, and maybe Randy Orton could have attacked them before or after the match. But no, it was a match that 50% of the time they weren't even discussing. They had the picture-in-picture up, I think, promoting something else or interviewing something else. Waste of time. Done. Get it over with. Small purpose, though, it did show that the War Raiders were here, because this was not the last time we saw them. Moving on. Opening the show was not an Elimination Chamber match, and I love it when WWE doesn't have to open their gimmick pay-per-views with one of their gimmick matches. We had Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak starting the show, and not bad. Not bad at all. A few scary moments in the match, though, the way Bryan was landing on his neck and head, but it looked like it was being just sold for goods. It was a good match. It was a technical match. It put in the work, and it legitimately had you wondering halfway through, is Gulak going to beat Bryan clean? Not the case, but a great match. In the end, Bryan got in the LeBell Lock, and Gulak actually passed out. Yeah, it wasn't even a submission. He didn't tap. He passed out, and the referee had to ring it. Both stared each other down after the match. I thought there was going to be a handshake. Ended. And then apparently Bryan cut a promo after the show that apparently he needs Drew Gulak's help. So this is not over. It doesn't look like it's over. I'm really curious to see how the payoff is going to be for this, considering it got a fairly decent pay-per-view match. It's been built for at least a month at this point. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where this is going when it comes to WrestleMania, but we'll find out. Not bad. Moving on. Match number 3. And of course I need my sheet. U.S. Championship on the line. Andrade defending against Humberto. Andrade won after another roll-up holding the tights. The match was okay, but the problem is we've seen this 4,697 times, and it's time to get past it. Humberto loses via roll-up again, looking as dumb and surprised as ever. I was really hoping we wouldn't get this kind of finish, but unfortunately we did. Andrade didn't lose the title, though. That was the expectation. Done. Moving on. Maybe they're doing a 4-way for the title at Mania. I don't know. I'm not as invested as I should be. Then we had the first chamber match, and the only good chamber match of the night. I hate to say it, didn't like the main event. We're going to get to it, though. This was the Tag Team Championship Elimination Chamber. Very well done. This was fun. This was a good roller coaster. We, of course, had The Miz and John Morrison, the Dirt Sheet, defending their new SmackDown titles against The New Day, Big E, and Kofi. Heavy Machinery. Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler, the last entrants in this match. Heartbreaking loss to Heavy Machinery. Usos and Lucha House Party. Lindsay Dorado and Grand Metalik. But to be fair, Lindsay did something pretty cool we'll get to in a second. So we started with Usos New Day. Appropriate. They put in the work. Then Lucha House Party comes out. They start putting in the work. Then Champions come out. Miz and Morrison looking to put in the work. No eliminations yet. Then Heavy Machinery comes out. Work's getting put in. Well done. And then Lindsay does his crazy shooting star off of the top of the chamber. It took him a while to set up, but it was actually pretty worth it. It was sick. It was great. Lindsay put in the work. But unfortunately for him, Grand Metalik could not keep his composure because Compactor by Heavy Machinery. 1, 2, 3. Lucha House Party, gone, done. You bothering me. Out of here. Then we had the entrance of Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. Heavy Machinery tried to put in the work. Fans were going crazy for Otis. Like, this is definitely over. They want Ziggler dead by the hands of Otis. Otis sure tried, but then we saw something we've never actually seen before. Otis charging at Ziggler near the pod. Busted through the plexiglass out of the chamber. Otis needed medical attention. He was down. Tucker could not handle Ziggler and Roode by himself. Finally got caught with a glorious CDT. 1, 2, 3. Out goes Heavy Machinery. Boo-hoo, crowd was annoyed. Then spirits got picked up though because Usos, New Day worked together to get rid of Rude and Ziggler. Trouble in Paradise, big ending, splashes from the top of the pods. 1, 2, 3, out of here. Done. You bothering me. Finally down to 3 teams, and just when you thought maybe there's a chance of Miz and Morrison losing their titles, Usos and New Day just can't get along enough. They start going at each other again, and then the brilliant elimination of the entire evening, as far as I'm concerned. Kofi Kingston had a noose down. He climbed to the top of the pod, very similarly like last year against Daniel Bryan. And if you recall, it was jumping off of the pod and missing that cost Kofi the match last year. Bryan hit his knee, won the match. Kofi jumps off of the pod, misses. But Miz and Morrison, like scoundrels, rush into the ring and double pin him to eliminate the New Day. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. Now it's moment of truth. The 2 most likely teams to win this match, final 2, Usos, Miz and Morrison. Close chances for both teams. Some super kicks not doing the job. Brilliant figure 4 leg lock on a noose while Morrison hit Starship Pain, but it wasn't enough. Oos broke it up. But finally, one of the screwiest endings to one of these matches. Oos gets double pinned by Miz and Morrison, and Miz has his feet on the ropes to win. Miz and Morrison still the tag team champions. This was definitely not the time to drop the titles at all. Brilliant. Usos still look strong as they were robbed, but Miz and Morrison are great. I really want them to go to WrestleMania, maybe even past WrestleMania with these titles. Delicious. Buttery toast. We're moving on. First chamber, success. Now, let's get to the next part of the show. Okay, to be fair, next up was actually fairly decent. Aleister Black, AJ Styles, no disqualification. A bit of revenge for Aleister Black after AJ handed him his first pinfall loss on the main roster on Monday Night Raw, but he had to do a lot of measuring to do it because he had to get Anderson in first, then Gallows, and then finally third match of Black of the evening, but AJ crushed him. Now we're getting a no DQ rematch. It was okay. I was expecting more advantage of the no DQ rule, and honestly, my expectations were higher because I've seen Murphy and Black put in the work. This was okay, but then it came down to the one fact that I was expecting. Where is Undertaker? Where is he? Because you know he's here. I know he's here. Then finally, the entire OC get involved in the match. Magic Killer to Aleister. They get him up. AJ's going for the forearm. Gong. Gong. Lights come up. Undertaker's choking out Anderson and Gallows. He's here. AJ jumped off the ropes, but another choke slam. Undertaker disappears. Black gets Black Mass. 1, 2, 3. Aleister Black gets his win back. AJ Styles is mad, and the dead man has risen again. It was good. This did what it needed to do. This makes me more likely to believe it's going to be AJ OC versus Undertaker and Aleister Black in a handicap match. We get a little match out of it, some fun spots. Undertaker puts over Black in a big way. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. I can completely see it. I can completely believe where they are going in this direction. I hope. Whew. It was fine. But we're moving on. Now we're moving on to the Raw Tag Title match. Again, not much to say about this one. Seth and Murphy taking on the new champs, the Street Profits. They won on Raw thanks to Kevin Owens. That was great. Fantastic. Happy to see them win. And if they lost here, that would really hurt. But they didn't because AOP got taken out by the Raiders. Again, they were on the kickoff to let us know they were here and ready to put in the work. Owens comes down through the crowd with popcorn, throws some in Seth's hair. He gets distracted, and the Street Profits crush Murphy to get that 1, 2, 3. Still your Raw Tag Team Champions. Seth and Owens is looking inevitable for WrestleMania. We'll see what we get. Frankly, my expectation is Seth will win, but thanks to Samoa Joe returning and joining Seth's group, I see this continuing for a bit longer at this point. We'll see what happens, though. You never know. But Street Profits, still your Raw Tag Team Champions. Delicious. Then came the swerve. And I was wondering the whole night, kind of the easiest show in the world to predict. But then they did it. The handicap match. Intercontinental title on the line. Strowman defending against Sami Zayn, Cesaro, Shinsuke Nakamura. And it looked like we were going to get what I thought we were going to get. Strowman put in the work a bit. The heels come back to beat him down, but then he comes back and beats them all. But referee missed a Kinshasa in the corner. Sami Zayn gets tagged in. A suplex, double suplex by Cesaro and Nakamura. Sammy gets his haluva kick while Strowman's up and then dropped down. Sami Zayn pinned Braun Strowman to win his first singles championship on the main roster, which I guess I can't really say main roster anymore, but Sami Zayn won the Intercontinental title. Oh my gosh, I nearly cried. I didn't think this was going to happen. If anything, I thought maybe Nakamura would get the title back, and they really, for some reason, need to continue this to WrestleMania. But Sami Zayn, the man who put in so much work, the man who seemed to have finally got over with his new manager role because he does it so incredibly well, won the Intercontinental title. I couldn't believe it. I could not outright believe it. A lot of people are questioning why this way. I do not at all care. Sammy won, and I feel incredibly proud of him. Well done. Really curious to see where this is going to go now, but Sammy won. Sami Zayn has gold in WWE. Just let that sink in. More than 5 years since he lost the NXT Championship, Sami Zayn actually has a championship right now on SmackDown. And ladies and gentlemen, keep the high notes risen on that, because then we had the last match. Elimination Chamber match. 6 women, one of them looking to face Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, Natalya, Asuka? Shayna Baszler completely crushed every living soul in this match. And you think maybe I'm exaggerating this a bit? I'm not. Unfortunately, that is an annoying alarm that I have on, because I was expecting different things today. But this is how it went down. So we have, I believe it was Natalya and Ruby Riott starting this match, building okay. Sarah Logan comes in, still building okay, some good knee spots. Shayna comes out number 4, and oh my gosh, she crushed everyone. And when I say crushed, I'm not being sarcastic. She puts in the Coquina Clutch. Excuse me, not the Coquina Clutch. Oh, hers is a different name, isn't it? But she puts in her sleeper on everyone in this match. At least Asuka had a fighting chance at the end, but she made everyone pass out. It was ridiculous. She completely abolished Sarah Logan and Ruby Riott within seconds of entering. Chew on Natalya a bit before getting her out. Liv Morgan gets crushed, and then Asuka comes in, a little back and forth, but like I said, gets crushed, and then the show just ended. Oh, yeah, that was depressing. That wasn't good. That wasn't good. That was a really lackluster way to end the pay-per-view. It explains more why this really should have been the first chamber match. Or do they want us to show that this is going to be it? Shayna is just going to completely dominate Becky at WrestleMania and just end it. Or are they really trying to sucker in the fact that we shouldn't care about Shayna? She can't wrestle. She can just beat people up within seconds, and Becky's going to win at WrestleMania? I don't know, because this was half why would you do this, but half brilliant. Just brilliant, because we knew Shayna was going to win, but we didn't think there was going to be no wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave it at that. Take what you will from this show. Sami Zayn is the Intercontinental Champion. I love that. I love that. Everything else was still kind of okay. I liked the tag chamber match. That was fun. Black and AJ was kind of fun. Everything else was just kind of there. But we put in the work enough for a B, mid-C pay-per-view. But it's over. We can whine about Shayna all we want, but the fact is she's been doing this kind of stuff in NXT forever, and a lot of people loved it, including myself. I knew Shayna was going to win. Everyone knew Shayna was going to win. She just won without putting in the effort we normally see. Like Roman Reigns taking the punishment and coming back, spear, hoo-ah. No, that didn't need to happen in this case. So it's done. Let's just keep our good spirits and enjoy our month off from these ridiculous pay-per-views every week. See you all later. Keep it real.